The Park District supervisor accused of inappropriate relationship with an underage lifeguard resigned. The supervisor was suspended and then resigned. It's the most explosive development yet in the ongoing investigation of sexual harassment and abuse among lifeguards at Chicago's pools and beaches. Now, this was updated October 6th. And following that, over the weekend, Mayor Lori Lightfoot demanded or suggested that Park District, what is he called? Park District Supervisor, Chairman, whatever his title is, Mike Kelley, CEO. She recommended he resign, and he did. Looks like Mike Kelley needs a life ring. What would you say, Ed?
I don't know if our lawyers can authorize us to put a life ring near him, though. We'll have to check with the parliamentarian on that one.
Yeah, I don't think he's deserving of a life ring after. This is what shocks me. First of all, the supervisor that resigned accused the inappropriate. Well, let me get into the story, because there was a woman supervisor involved in this. I'm like, okay, so we've got a woman working at the Park District allowing the sexual abuse to go on. I mean, this is the Me Too era. We're not supposed to allow for this. And apparently a female supervisor was looking the other way or helping cover things up. But let me get into the story. This comes from Illinois News Live, and then we can talk about it. It's a little bit lengthy, but this came out 3 years ago, reported by Mark McNee, McNee. Anyway, Chicago Park District CEO Mike Kelley resigns after Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Lori Lightfoot, they spelled it Lori Lightfoot. Wow. Says he should be fired for
typo.
That's crazy. Fired for handling sexual abuse scandals. Mike Kelley, CEO and general manager of a Chicago Park District, resigned on Saturday immediately after Mayor Lori Lightfoot asked that the Park District Commission on Saturday to dismiss him immediately for the treatment of a lifeguard involved sexual abuse scandal on the city's beaches and the pools. Kelley has managed the Park District since then Mayor Rahm Emanuel appointed him general manager and chief executive officer in 2011. He's been in the Park District since 2003 and was previously chief operating officer, first vice president, intergovernmental and community officer. What do we do in Chicago, Ed, when we're in government? We fail upward. Or in civic service, right?
In most government.
They keep identifying Lightfoot as Rightfoot in this article. Anyway, I got to catch myself as I see the typos. Wait a minute. Is there a right foot in this article? No. Okay.
We only got one mayor, though.
Yeah. So the article says Lightfoot said this is Lightfoot. Okay. Lightfoot said in a statement early Saturday. Wait, I guess there is a Rightfoot because now they're identifying Rightfoot as a he. I'm just going to read the article.
What the?
Yeah, Rightfoot. Maybe it's a joke because our mayor dresses so androgynously. I don't know.
No.
Rightfoot said in a statement early Saturday that he had requested the Park District Commission to dismiss Kelley at a private meeting on Friday. Kelley handled allegations of general sexual harassment and abuse of women and girls who worked as lifeguards on the district's beaches and pools. At that meeting, I asked the board to dismiss Mike Kelley, general manager and chief executive officer of the Park District, for good reason, Rightfoot said. The culture of sexual abuse, harassment, and coercion prevailing within the district's aquarium lifeguard program under his leadership is the urgency or accountability of the supervisor when new facts are revealed. Coupled with lack, it is unacceptable. Despite new training, new procedures, and previous claims of new personnel, the failure of current Park District management responses to new claims of harm to children persists and is simply one. I can't stand it for a long time, so my estimate is that it's time to take on new leadership soon. I don't think that this article that we're quoting from had an editor, and I popped into it from another story that was updated at Block Club Chicago. But recently, several Chicago City Council members have requested Kelley to resign or be dismissed. On Friday, 18 members of the Progressive Caucus demanded his resignation. 6 members of the caucus had previously requested his expulsion in individual statements. Kelley said in August that 42 employees had been disciplined, not let go, disciplined, as a result of an investigation by Little's office since the investigation into harassment between lifeguards began in March last year. In the meantime, 2 other employees have retired and are banned from future employment in the district. 6 have resigned and are placed on the district's banned list. 9 have been suspended and 5 have been suspended. This article's like all over the place. Sorry, guys. I read the beginning of it when I was prepping the show. I didn't go through the whole thing because I'd read about it on Block Club, but there's so many typos and editorial problems with this report from Illinois News Live. The good news is Mike Kelley has resigned, and hopefully we will see some reform in the Park District. Fingers crossed, not depending on it, but at least this whole sexual abuse scandal has been disgusting. And that they were covering things up, shifting people around to prevent the investigation was even more odious. Ed, your thoughts?
It's just crazy. The amount of corruption that we have, and just how everybody is covering everything up, and how we've got people in positions of power that instead of trying to solve the issue, or just trying to get around it, or get people to move past it and forget about it or whatever. It's crazy. Can I share an image with you that I got off of Twitter here?
Certainly.
I got this thing. This came from let me see. Yeah, okay. This is
I did see that. Yeah, you shared that in Slack today. Yeah. Explain it to the audience. Let me put it full screen. Let me take us off and see. Okay. Start again, because when I took us off, it also muted our mics.
Oh, that's okay. I wasn't really talking yet.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is what paper is this? This is the let me get rid of this. Let me hide turn off this thing here.
Please forgive all of the production hiccups, people. I don't have an engineer. It's just me.
Okay. Yeah, and actually I'm controlling this window right now. But here we've got this is from the Sun-Times. And this is the story where they talk about him resigning. Okay.
Yeah, I love this.
Right on the next page, there's a letter of support from IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 9 and Local 134, saying IBEW Local 9 and 134 wholeheartedly support Chicago Park District General Superintendent and CEO Michael P. Kelley for his tireless efforts on behalf of the City of Chicago taxpayers, and especially the children of Chicago who have benefited from all of the programs under his watch. Now, okay. Now, these 2 people here, they got a lot of explaining to do. And
I would say so.
And I'm just going to close that window. But basically, it's kind of a sign of what goes on around the nation with certain union organizations, where the rank and file people all have their heads on straight, and somehow they let some people making decisions at the top who do silly, weird, misguided things like
they don't care.
They're buy a full page ad.
Yeah. Or I wonder if there are political connections there, and there's some water being carried to try to salvage what's left of his already useless reputation in overseeing this scandal and not acting. So from the Sun-Times, so we're going to get some better editorial commentary here that's at least more not all over the place. So just so people understand, the allegations first, this is why Kelley had to resign. The allegations first came to the district's attention on August 26th. The matter was forwarded to the Park District's Inspector General for review and investigation, something Kelley had failed to do when the first allegations of sexual abuse and harassment of lifeguards was brought to his attention earlier this year. The matter did not rise to the level of Office of Inspector General involvement based on details provided by the initial third-party complainant. A second investigation by the Department of Human Resources was hampered after the alleged victim refuted being subjected to any misconduct. Then, however, on September 10th, the Park District received a written statement from a third-party complainant verifying claims that included screenshots of text messages. Those text messages allegedly included reports of inappropriate communications and choking done in a sexual manner Lemon said. The email did not give further explanation of the text messages. All right, so it took getting to the third complainant for this to suddenly blow up. Wouldn't you just assume from the first complainant, where there's smoke, there's fire, to cover your bases and do a full investigation? No, they just ignored it until it finally escalated into the third instance with the text messages and the photographs to prove what's constantly been ignored over there by management. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, as I said before, let's just be happy that I hate saying this guy's name, Mike Kelley. The star of my Christmas movie Solstice was named Michael Kelley, spelled differently. Every time I come to this story, it's like I hate having to report on it because there are good Mike Kelleys in the world, just not this one.